In today's video, we'll be discussing about midlife crisis. Without wasting any time, let's start the video. Hi guys, welcome back to Leela's news channel, 24 into 7 nonsense news. Today we'll be interviewing a prominent personality. His name is Krishna. He seems to be experiencing a midlife crisis. Let's ask him some questions to see if he's actually suffering or is just pretending. Okay, Mr. Krishna. Krishna, right? Okay. Are you questioning your entire life and the point of it all? Are you in your 20s, scared that your best years of your life are finished? Is your job feeling like a prison sentence? Do you have any idea what do you want to do? Do you get jealous seeing other people's social media profiles? Is your life becoming monotonous and you're unable to fill the void? I'm 100% sure that guy is suffering from a quarter life crisis or a midlife crisis, whatever you want to say, but I would like to call it an identity crisis. Let's try to confess him and spill out all the beans. Hey, what are you doing? I'll tell you, don't worry. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. Okay, I'll tell you what I feel. What I have been feeling. This is what it looks like. How do I start? I have been feeling like this since the last 2 years. Like, I've tried denying its complete existence, convincing myself, always giving a fake smile, etc. etc. I tried all the things which experts prescribe, like yoga, meditation, and various other postures. But nothing seems to work because I also seem to be a bit lazy. So I start things, but I can't sustain them. After 1, 2, 3 days, these things wear off. I want to discover the meaning of my life. I want to live for a certain purpose, something which I find meaningful. And then I also want to find the key for my happiness. And I want to be the perfect version of myself. When I look back at my carefree school and college life, I wonder if it's all downhill from there. All the time, I wanted to be an adult when I was small. But now I want to escape from it. I feel like all the fun in my life has ended. I get scared when someone asks me questions about my career, like where do I find myself in 10 years? What will I be doing after 10 years? And all these things. Because I'm afraid because every decision I'm taking at this stage in my life is not my decision alone. I have parents to take care of who are growing old, and this decision will be impacting the lives of both me and my parents. And also, I have additional responsibilities which I'm supposed to fulfill being an Indian. On one hand, I want to be a guy who quits his job, goes on a vacation, a complete vacation all over the world, and then he takes up teaching at a lonely island in Zimbabwe or Japan, and he starts living there peacefully, making an impact in people's life. And on the other hand, I want to be a career focused guy climbing the career ladder as fast as possible. I also want to be an auto rickshaw driver one day. I want to be a truck driver one day. I want to be a pilot one day. I want to be an actor one day. How can I know social media is crap, but I can't help. I scroll down endlessly, and I get jealous looking at those pictures of my friends posting photographs with their families, their travel trips, functions, everything. All my friends started churning out families. The closest relationship I have forged in the last 2 years was with a dog. I didn't even know he was a she until someone mentioned it in a WhatsApp group. Why do female dogs hump? She humped a lot of times, which is why I thought it was a male. And also according to societal norms, like आंटी जी बहन जी जो लोग बोलते रहते हैं, I'm supposed to be married, own a house, and my own house in my own property. I'm expected to have a vehicle, a big one. And after all these things, and after paying off all the bills, I also am expected to have certain disposable incomes, which would help my family buy things on EMI. While in reality, if you look at my life, I'm single, I have a cycle, I'm without a house, nor do I have a car, and I'm planning to buy toys in future. I'm afraid I'm wasting the best years of my life watching web series 8 hours a day on Netflix, Amazon, Disney Hotstar. I'm planning to do so many things just to break the monotony in my life. Nothing seems to fill the void. In search of a cure, I traveled all over the internet for more than 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. I traveled over and a week, but I couldn't find anything. Nothing. Except I learned a few important things. That everyone has a different path in their life. Everyone's life is different. Each one of us is going through his own list of problems. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. So the problems which I think are a very big problem for me are not even considered problems for others. What I realized was all this time I have been looking at the world through my eyes. Like, suppose my point of view is from here. So I thought uh, I should, or I needed a new perspective. So I started meditating. I meditated for several minutes, and then God appeared. Yes, He appeared. And then I asked Him, yes, He gives varams. They call it varam, or you can say a blessing. Like whatever you wish, He tends to it. So I asked Him, how about we exchange our eyes? I will take your eyes for a few days, and you take my eyes for a few days. He told I can produce my own set of eyes. If you want, I will let you look through my eyes. So I said, okay, I can make a deal with that. I'm satisfied with the deal. And then he gave me his eyes. As soon as I put it on, these are the things I observed. Our whole planet, our whole universe, it just looks like a tiny dot. It's not even a tiny dot. It's not even something worth measuring from his eyes. And in that tiny dot, there are so many humans, so many plants, so many species, etc. And then I realized that each one of us are not as entitled as we tend to think of ourselves. It's even the case with celebrities or cricketers, footballers, all these people, billionaires, and all those people. They are not as entitled as we think they are. Even we are not as entitled as we think we are. And I have also seen that many people are born every day and many people are also dying every day. It's a continuous process. And most of the people, I guess, are living for around 60 years, 70 years, an average 60 years. They are coming with nothing and they are also taking nothing. It's just a form of life. The problem arises when we compare this form of life with entities which we created for our own convenience like money, fame, etc., social media presence, etc., etc. Seeing all this, I decided to tweak the questions which I am afraid of answering. Like one of the question was, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm really afraid of this question because I exactly don't know what I'm doing and I even don't know what I'm about to do or what is going to happen with my life. So, in case of this question, I wanted to tweak it a bit. Like instead of focusing on what I wanted to become in the next 10 to 20 years, I thought it would be better to focus on who I wanted to become in the next 15 to 20 years. The problem with the previous question was, see, if you notice the context of the question, it says, what do you want to be after 20 years? Which means that currently I am nothing. It assumes that I am nothing currently, but that's not the case. And I think I don't want to set any goal which says that I want to be this, I want to be that. Because whatever I get, I don't think that is the final stop of my journey. So instead of focusing on what I want to become when I grow up, I will be focusing on who I would like to become after I grow up. And also to break the monotony in my life, I've decided that I will be taking a few calculated risks. And don't worry, I'll also be sharing them with you. I guess from next week onwards, I will be making my own music, so there won't be any background music. All the scores will be mine. Mm. And who knows when something may click? If it clicks, it's okay. If it doesn't click, I'll keep hustling. Nothing to worry about. And then I also decided one thing. Instead of ranting about the lack of meaning and purposefulness in my job, I can also try to hustle a bit, start something new alongside, which I find meaningful and which may help me realize my dream. After all, life is a journey where we keep going on and on. We will live for next 40 years and mostly 40 to 50 years. It would be better if we can all make a little bit of impact in some other person's life instead of focusing on our life, our problems, our solutions. Or I don't find, or you can also stay as you are. Like even doing whatever you are doing, you are making a certain impact. Like there is no rule about how to live your life. The main problem I noticed with my midlife crisis was I was actually being pressurized by societal norms that this is the way you have to live, you have to do this, and after this, you have to do that. And then this, a certain life process is being laid out by the society, which everyone strives to follow. After all humans are social animals. So, this is what I would like to say to all those people who are suffering from certain identity crisis or midlife crisis or quarter crisis, whatever it is. You just have to change your perception. We are mostly looking at our life through our point of view. But once you start looking at it by assuming you are someone from above, like you are a god, like a third person's perspective, you start to notice that none of our life matters. Even all the social work and all these things, when you start looking at from a certain point all above your head, from a universal point of view, you start to notice that these things doesn't matter, especially these things which we quarrel over daily, like someone abolishing someone's house, someone being on a I exactly don't know because I am still in the same crisis. I don't know how people get out of it, but these are the things I learned, like keeping different perspectives. Like, every time we think from our own perspective, the way we see, the way we smell, the way we feel, and things we hear. But it's important to have different perspectives, like a third person perspective or a God perspective. And also, for those of you who are going through this crisis, like most of you who may be sticking to your mobile devices daily or scrolling through your social media feed, I would say, and also for laziness, I would say, whenever you feel low, just take a bath. Just take a bath, it works brilliantly. The more times you bath, the more better it is for your body. These are the two things I would say. Apart from taking bath, I think talking with relatives, parents, and spending time with your loved ones, your family, is also a very good way to negate the loneliness or the negative sides of your quarter life crisis. Also, I would like to end this topic by saying that if you're going through this quarter life crisis, there's no need to worry. No one said it was going to be fun. And most of the people from 20 to 33 years of age, they go through this and they come out of this. So this will just be a learning period or a transition period where you will learn adulting. This is life's way of teaching you to be an adult. So you have to take up your responsibility. You have to start taking financial lessons because this is the time you are supposed to be capable of being financially independent. You will be supposed or you will be expected to become financially independent. So all these things which are happening with you are for your benefit, and I think it's okay. Life should be a bit of both a crisis and happiness, or else who would know the value of happiness? And I think this is also a journey where you will be finding your key to happiness. And in this journey, I also realize my point of view is that there is no such thing as happiness. As long as you are able to feel, it's a gift. So you have to keep feeling, and your life will give you different feelings. So this is what we are for, to live our lives. Okay, then here I end my video, and thank you for listening and staying till the end. I hope you all have a very great day. Thank you. Goodbye.